I'm Frances, the School Councillor here at Bensham Manor, and I've been asked to talk a bit about who or where we can go to for help with our mental health and emotional well-being. As we all know, everyday life isn't always easy, and sometimes we might feel stressed, upset or anxious. There may have been some changes at home, or maybe you're feeling under pressure or overwhelmed at school. We don't always want everyone around us to know what's going on for us, so we may feel that we need to speak to someone in a more private environment, or even look up information ourselves. So it's good to know the people we can speak to or reliable places online to get information. If we try to ignore things that we are finding difficult and keep trying to pretend everything is okay when really we are worried, problems can just seem to keep growing. So it's a really good idea to talk things through so we can get the support that we need. Asking for help when you need it is the first step to looking after your own mental health and emotional well-being. But you might wonder where to go if you feel like you do need to get some help or support. So I'm going to give you a few examples of people you can go to and websites which can help give you information for support. Your TA or class teacher may well be able to help you, or your parent or carer. At Bensham Manor we also have Matthew, our family support worker, who's often able to help with friendship issues or if something's happened at home and your family needs some extra support. Sometimes issues can be more complicated, and you may benefit from some long-term support, being able to talk about and explore your worries or issues in a confidential space with someone who has specialist training in listening and working with issues such as anxiety, feeling overwhelmed, unable to manage your emotions, grief, relationships, friendship problems, self-harm, anger issues, or just feeling that you need some space to explore your own identity. Here at Bensham Manor, I'm the school counsellor, as I mentioned before, and we also have a drama therapist called Aphrodite. We both work with the issues I mentioned and many other issues as well. If you come to see us, you'll be offered a weekly session where we can work together, giving you space to talk about your thoughts and worries, and sometimes also looking at strategies that might help you to cope better. If your parents, carers or your TA or class tutor feel that you could benefit from this sort of support, the sort of support that we can give, they may well refer you to us, or if you feel you need support yourself, you can ask to be referred. You'll be offered sessions on a weekly basis. The number of sessions varies from student to student, but depending on your needs, but usually it's at least a term, so it'll be at least 12 sessions, generally speaking. There are also some organisations in our borough that offer free counselling to young people. Some are face-to-face, which means you actually go to see the person, and others are online. Off the Record is one that offers face-to-face counselling for young people between the ages of 14 to 25. It's situated at 72 Queen's Road, which is only about 10 minutes walk from Bensham Manor. You can also talk to counsellors on the phone on a Saturday morning on Off the Record, and they can be contacted online. Croydon Drop-in Centre, CDI, is in Church Street in Croydon, and that also offers free counselling for young people aged between 10 to 25 years old living in the borough of Croydon. CDI also run the Talk Bus, an advice centre for young people that some people may remember used to visit Bensham Manor. It now can be found in various locations around Croydon, including sometimes outside Legacy and sometimes outside West Croydon College. That's just giving general advice and information about topics that might be of interest to young people. Unfortunately, sometimes we might be feeling very upset or distressed at a time when we can't get to any of these people or places that I've mentioned, and in those sort of circumstances, Childline on 0800 111 4 ones, is a helpline for anyone under 19 and operates 24 hours a day, so you can call that if you can't get anywhere else to talk to somebody and you really feel that you need to talk at that moment in time. You may already have had information about Couth, which is an online mental wellbeing site. We're giving advice and guidance and moderated forums. You can also access anonymous counselling on that one. However, there's one thing I need to mention: it's not a good idea to go to more than one counsellor at once, because then you might be getting different ways of working and it gets very confusing, so you would only go and see one at one time. So if you got referred to someone at school, you wouldn't also then go to talk Off the Record or Couth, but you can still go to them for the advice parts. Young Minds is also a good source of information about different mental health conditions, giving reliable information and advice about a whole range of ways to ensure that you're keeping emotionally and mentally healthy and helping to answer questions. Their website puts it like this: whether you want to understand more about how you're feeling and find ways to feel better, or whether you want to support someone. So that's kind of generally just giving you information about mental health conditions and emotional well-being. So I hope that some of this information has been helpful, and I've told you about a variety of different ways to get help and support, but myself and Aphrodite are right here on site, so we're probably the easiest way to access. But if you want to be more private or do it another way, those are the other things that are also reliable.